Hi guys. It's been a little while since I've done a more personal video like this. On my other channel, I did a video a few years ago now, a couple years ago now, where I talked about what got me interested in professional wrestling. I did that video, and in that video, I talked about my great grandfather because he's the one that got me watching wrestling and everything like that. Anyway, he passed away in the 1990s, and I spent a lot of time with him as a kid. He had this hobby. He'd make horses. Like he'd use like a pocket knife and carve horses out of wood, put them together, and every family member got one. And my sisters and I were kids, so we were stupid kids. We played with the horse that my father got because it was his grandfather, right? We played with it. We ended up ruining it, and I've always regretted it. To this day, I regret it. And so, as I got older, because I didn't think about it when I was a kid, like someday they're gonna be gone, and it's something you wish you had kept to remember them by. So I never thought about it, but as I got older, I did. And I've spent pretty much my entire adult life looking for one of these horses because I know my father didn't have one. I'm not gonna go to my aunts and uncles ask for theirs; it wouldn't be right. But I figured maybe he sold one to people around where we are. But anyway, my cousin got this idea to. He put it on Facebook, asked if someone knew anyone that had one, and another cousin of mine, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't. My family and I have never. I no, we were close. We were all close growing up. Like I imagine everybody in the '80s, like you went to your grandparents every weekend. The whole family was there and stuff like that. But you get older, and so since we became adults, I should say, we haven't been that close. And another one of my cousins, Kim, she had some. Now, so she told me I could have one that was unfinished. He passed away before he could finish it, but I know, you look at this, all you see is a horse made of wood. It's actually three pieces of wood. He'd carve each one out, glue them together. He passed away before he could finish this. And, well, that's what you see. I see a lot more than that. Because I've said this before, my great grandfather was like my favorite person in the world. And when I look at it, I remember sitting in the kitchen, like on the floor, watching him with his pocket knife carving these things, telling me stories. Just stories. Some of them, but when he was younger, some of them I probably made up. But just telling me stories as he was doing this and being fascinated the fact that he could do it. Because I can't do that. Like, my hand-eye coordination, this takes something. Like, he even got the mouth in there, too. I don't know how well you can see that, but... So, I went to pick it up from my cousin Kim. I could feel, like, my eyes welling up just seeing one in person again. Because, like I said, he passed away over 20 years ago. And sadly, one of my big regrets is when he passed away, I was like 18, 19. So I'm a teenager. I know everything, right? I didn't spend as much time with him over his last few years as I wish I would have. So, because, I can't explain it, but I imagine a lot of you people out there understand exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, I was 18, 19 years old, and it wasn't considered cool to go hang out with your great grampy, even though now I wish I would have. So that's one thing I look back on, like, regrets. I wish I would have done that, but seeing this here, like, Heather and I actually keep it upstairs, so we see it all the time. It's on the wall. We have a half wall dividing the kitchen and the living room. It's like a half a wall, so he sits up there. Or she, I don't really know. But, so, how much it meant to me to finally get a hold of one of these. Even though it's unfinished, I still see the memories. I think because of the fact it's unfinished, that really helps me go back to when I watched him make these. I still wish I had a finished one. Maybe someday I'll be lucky enough to get one, but I'm happy with this. Just seeing it, and I remember she asked me when she gave it to me, like, you could always like stain it or something like that. Like, no. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it just the way it is because this is the way he left it. So that's what I'm gonna do. How much this means to me, and I know I'm not the only one of the great grandkids that probably wants one, but I spent so much time with him as a kid. It means the world to me having this. So that's it. I actually got this a couple weeks ago, but trying to figure out exactly how to talk about it without getting too emotional. So that's what took so long to get it through the video. In the description below, I'm going to put a link to that video that got me hooked on WWE. So you can watch it. And in that video, I actually share some pictures of my great-grandfather. So definitely check that out. Alright, that's it. If you're watching this, I would love to hear some of your memories of your grandparents, great-grandparents in the comments below. So hopefully you can look at this and see past the fact it's an unfinished wooden horse and see what I see when I look at it. Thanks for watching, everybody.